Well, I think you'll really appreciate tonight's episode. I had guests in the studio and callers when we listened to find out if Mind Salad was nominated for any podcast awards. You'll have to tune in to see what happened. Enjoy.
Say, friends, you're listening to Doug Motel's Mind Salad. Interesting topics, clueless guests. Recorded at Radio Kingston in downtown Kingston, New York.
I'm so happy to be back on the Mind Salad show.
I've had so many 3-month affairs. The money I spend on condoms alone, you could feed a third world country.
Maybe they was kicked in the head or something. All right, goodbye.
I figured out a way to monetize taking care of my mother, who is an alcoholic.
Here in America, you've got that slogan, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. But my slogan is, a mind is a terrible thing to have.
Well, welcome. This is an unusual episode. We are in our studio waiting for the official announcement online in about 15 minutes or so to see if this podcast, Mind Salad, has been nominated for any awards. It's award season, as you probably know. Besides awards like the Golden Globes, the Oscars, and the Grammys, there are many awards. There's the Golden Raspberries, the Razzies. They're an Oscar parody for Worst Movie. There's the Wapabas awarding the best weird-ass picture books. Last year's winner was Cowboy and Octopus, which is a very weird-ass book. They're the Ernies for the most sexist public comment. Last year's winner was the Honorable Judge Ron Geffing, who said upon finding a man not guilty of stalking a woman for 7 years, "I don't think he was intimidating her. He was just being persistent like a puppy." There are the Darwins for dumbest accidental death and the Stinkers for worst odor in a pair of sneakers. The entries are judged on condition of sole, tongue, heel, toe, laces or Velcro, eyelets and grommets, and of course odor of a pair of sneakers. Okay. And tonight I'm sitting here with my two guests, who I'll introduce in a moment. And, we are looking here on my phone. We've got the Twitter feed for the podcast awards organization called the Potty Mouths. Nominees will attend a big event in San Francisco in March. So I have my fingers crossed that tonight Mind Salad will get a nomination, maybe for Best Podcast Host, Best Podcast Guests, or Best Podcast Concept. So, please, without any further ado, welcome my first guest, Tatiana Justice. Those of you who are fans of the 1980s television series Dallas will remember her as Cassandra Caesar from season...
Well, season 4 is what I'm best known for the episode Tower of Babel. That was the TV episode that really blew things up. I mean, I was nominated for a SAG award. That's the Screen Actors Guild.
Yes, I know.
Not anything to do with anyone's face sagging, which is a joke that many people loved making.
Oh, well, your face is certainly not sagging.
Oh, well, you are naughty, Doug. That's your clever way of saying that I've had a lot of work done, and I don't deny it, but yes, people loved Cassandra, even though J.R. Ewing winds up throwing me off of the oil rig to my death. It really was, something else. Having that much success changed my life. I mean, being nominated for a SAG award really puts your life in turmoil. Who to wear, writing your acceptance speech and practicing so that you're convincing when you get up to the podium and say, I didn't have a speech prepared.
And how did that go?
Well, I didn't win that one, but I was prepared because I had heard from some reliable sources that I was almost nominated for a Critics' Choice TV Award and an Emmy.
Oh, wow.
And I did, of course, win the Soap Opera Digest Award, the Editor's Choice Award, which I brought right here with me.
Wow, that's lovely.
Isn't it? Yes. That's actual glass, I think. I have been asked to donate it to charity for fundraisers, but I just can't do it. I mean, it does sit right there on my mantle. And when I say my mantle, I mean it. I had to build my own fireplace, so I would have my own awards mantle, since my husband, Academy Award-winning production designer Sterling Justice, loves to have his awards garishly displayed in our main living room in our home in Beverly Hills.
Well, I'm glad you didn't give it away, too. Our next guest is Beauray Carmachet.
So I insisted we build a little place in Ojai. It's about an hour or so north of where we live in Beverly Hills. Do you know it?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Malcolm McDowell is a neighbor, Ellen and Portia. Yes, and my little fireplace proudly displays my Soap Opera Digest Award for Dallas.
Well, that is great. My next guest is Beauray.
Better hurry up before she starts up again.
Country star Beauray Carmachet.
In the flesh, what's left of him.
You are a real part of country music history. And you've been in the news lately because you are suing
Bradley Cooper.
Director
and star of A Star Is Born.
Can you tell us why?
Because he stole my voice, my style, he stole my life. And except for the ending of A Star Is Born, where
no spoilers in case people haven't yet.
Kills himself, which I haven't succeeded at yet. It's pretty much my life, and if he wins a Oscar next month, I will walk right up on that stage and give my acceptance speech.
Oh, security is impenetrable at the Oscars. I've been 6 times. My husband, Academy Award-winning production designer Sterling Justice, has been nominated 7 times. The last time I didn't bother. I stayed at our place in Palm Springs, where we now know he had been carrying on an affair with his then assistant. I discovered irrefutable evidence that I will not stoop so low as to mention here. A Viagra prescription bottle. Thank God she's gone, Charlotte. Charlotte couldn't assist coffee into a cup. Charlotte the harlot, that's what I call her.
Oh, that's terrible, Tatiana. Beauray, you were saying that Bradley Cooper...
Maybe it's time to let the old ways die. Maybe it's time to let the old ways die. It takes a lot to change a man. Hell, it takes a lot to try. Maybe it's time to let the old ways die.
Oh, that's nice. That's the song from A Star Is Born,
Nobody
right?
knows what awaits for the dead. Nobody knows what awaits for the dead.
Oh, are you going to sing the whole...
Folks just believe in the things they heard and the things they've said. Nobody knows what awaits for the dead.
Are you saying that you wrote that?
Hell yes, I wrote that entire melody.
Oh, no. So they stole it? Had you recorded it on any of your albums?
That's the whole point. I never wrote it down. I just woke up one morning about a month ago, and I heard that entire melody in my head, the entire song.
Wow. And how soon afterward did you see A Star Is Born?
Oh, I had seen the film a couple months before.
Oh.
Well, if you really do plan on crashing the Academy Awards, make sure you wear a real tux. If not, you'll get the boot immediately. And I suggest, if you're looking to steal a seat, find one very far back. I can tell you that production designers get seated farther than anyone. Even sound effects editors have better seats than we do.
Beauray, what makes you so sure that Bradley Cooper won't thank you at the Oscars?
Well, he sure as shit should.
Well, maybe he will.
You think? You know, I was robbed of a country music award.
Was that 1979?
That's right. Yep, they gave Kenny Rogers Album of the Year, Male Vocalist, and Vocal Duo with Dottie West. Everybody told me I was a shoo-in for the male vocalist, at least, from my hit single, I'll Get Down on One Knee If You Get Off Your High Horse.
Oh, that sounds like a hit.
We act like you're a princess, and I'm your stable hand. You ain't got a clue on how a woman treats a man. We ain't even married, but we act like we're divorced. If you want me down on one knee, get off of your high horse.
Oh, that's great.
You were nominated for, what did you say?
A CMA, a male vocalist.
A CMA?
Country Music Award.
Oh, yes. Well, it sounds like a very interesting song.
It was a mega hit. It shot to #1 like a bullet on the country charts in 1979.
Oh, yes. I was so busy that year. I must have missed it. I was doing a lot of episodic that year. McLeod, Barnaby Jones, The Rockford Files, Columbo,
That must have been very
Hawaii
disappointing.
5-0,
Yeah, right, it was
The
disappointing.
Streets of San Francisco,
After 10 albums to have a
Beretta,
big hit. And,
Wonder Woman,
well, you know that if you
Love
can just
Boat,
take it all the way to the goal
Kojak,
line, you got a chance at
The
Easy
$6
Street.
Billion Man, T.J. Hooker,
So if you
Knots
had
Landing,
one,
Heart to Heart,
Oh, yeah.
Vegas,
CMA. Oh, man, that can get you
Bionic
playing
Woman.
on a
and of course Dallas.
whole entirely different circuit. Bigger venues, playing with bigger acts, making serious money.
and did you continue recording?
No, I didn't, but I continued drinking.
Oh,
Yep. I devoted all my music to my friend Jack Daniels. And I became a superstar of alcoholics.
Oh, I was an alcoholic once too.
Well, once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic.
No. I am cured. I was imprisoned in that horrible Betty Ford clinic for 3 weeks. I was committed by my son Jamie and my husband,
Academy Award-winning production designer Sterling Justice.
Oh, do you know his work?
No, it's just
Well,
that
he is brilliant, it's true. Was brilliant. He's long retired now.
Yep, after losing the CMAs, I drank till I needed a liver transplant. And then, with a brand new liver, I bought a case of Jack and locked myself up in a motel room.
Well, unlike some women I know, I never could abide the taste of whiskey. But when the script stopped coming, I turned to Chardonnay for companionship, and then, of course, my whole humiliating debacle with the pool boy sealed my fate. But now I'm cured, and I only have 1 or 2 glasses with dinner.
Well, we're going to open up to the phones now. We've got a few callers in the queue, and our first caller is Elmer.
My question is for Tatiana. Were you ever on Charlie's Angels with Jacqueline Smith?
No, I was never cast in Angels, believe it or not, though I know Kate Jackson very well.
Oh, man. Jacqueline Smith is incredible.
Well, she was very fortunate. She lasted for every season.
I got all of Charlie's Angels stuff with Jacqueline's picture on it. Posters, bubblegum cards, pictures, Kelly Garrett dolls, Charlie's Angels board game.
Oh, you sound like quite a collector. Did you have any comments about our topic, which is awards?
Well, Jacqueline Smith was nominated for a Golden Globe Award when she played Jackie Kennedy. You know, oh, man, she was great in that.
Okay, our next caller is, I see, my old friend from Hollywood, Bambi. Hi, Bambi.
Hi, Doug.
Bambi, have you ever won an award?
Oh, gosh, yes. I've been nominated for 5 Killer Bees.
Killer Bees?
You know, for B movies. And I won Best Actress for Viking Girl versus Creature from the Black Lagoon and for Cannibal Go-Go Girls.
Oh, that's exciting. How does it feel to win an award for your work?
Dumb. Art isn't competitive. It shouldn't be.
Well, dear, you might feel differently if you were nominated for a real award, like a Screen Actors Guild Award.
Oh, you think so, do you? Do you have any idea how ridiculous you sound making mantelpieces to display your awards that you're never even going to get?
Well, you do sound a little silly sitting here like a ghost from Battle of the Network Stars.
Well, I never. That's rich coming from a man who is clearly boycotting the use of deodorant and soap.
And not to mention his pathetic clinging to that one-hit wonder.
One-hit wonder? Well, at least I had a hit. Star of Viking Girl versus Creature from the Black Lagoon. I bet I can guess which character you played, and it wasn't the Viking.
Oh, okay, everyone, please. I don't like to see people fighting like this on my show. Besides, they're about to announce the potty mouths.
Oh,
here we go.
Shh. Good luck, Douglas. I'm certain you will get a nomination. You simply have to.
Scrolling. Well, okay. Not nominated for Best Host.
All right. Think positive.
Okay, not for Best Podcast or Guests or Concept. Nope, nothing. No nominations for Mind Salad.
Oh, that sucks, man.
Oh, what a disappointment.
You were robbed.
And I brought a bottle of Veuve Clicquot and some real champagne flutes.
It is kind of disappointing.
Are you really upset because you're not getting something called a potty mouth?
Well,
Awards are an acknowledgement that validates the work you've put in.
Awards let you know that you're not wasting your time. It's encouragement to, let you know you still got skin in the game.
Doug, when you started this podcast, did you do it to win some awards?
Actually, when I started it, I didn't even know that you could win awards for podcasts.
Well, what was your motivation?
I wanted to express myself and connect with people.
And how has that been?
Well, that part is great. I mean, I'm thrilled when people leave comments, let me know that they're listening, that they enjoy the guests.
So you're getting out of it exactly what you wanted.
Well, yeah, but I just thought maybe it should be going somewhere, like to the next level.
Well, what I've learned about show business is that there's always a next level. Octavia Spencer just won a Golden Globe for producing Green Book. And when someone praised her from the stage, she looked embarrassed, like she didn't even belong in the building. That's Octavia Spencer, my favorite actress of all time, and she's waiting to get to the next level, too.
Well, are you saying people shouldn't try to succeed at their profession? I mean, because if you're saying that, I'm just
saying that if you're always focused on the next level, the next accomplishment, and you're always looking to get praise from other people to validate what you're doing, well, you're just going to
burn out.
Yes, burn out.
Well, I suppose in a way that's what happened to me. I got so frustrated with it all, trying to get cast in at least one serious feature film where my scene would wind up on the cutting room floor.
That you ended up in the Betty Ford Clinic?
Yes. Well, that and the business with the pool boy. But now I see that it was all very connected. And, of course, seeing all of the accolades for my husband, Academy Award-winning production designer Sterling Justice.
What about you, Bo Ray? Would you say that there was a connection to your losing at the CMAs and your burning out?
Well, sure. I felt betrayed by my peers for not voting for me, and I thought, it. Show business can kiss my ass.
Wow. Well, Bambi, you speak so eloquently about this. It seems like it might be from your own first-hand experience.
Well, you could say so. I'm calling you from my room at Glendora Community Hospital. They just let me listen to your podcast today, as long as I don't go into any of the social media accounts.
Oh, no!
Oh, we're so sorry to hear that.
Glendora, of all places. Oh, couldn't you at least be transferred to Pasadena or Burbank?
What happened, Bambi?
Well, I just got so tired trying to reach my goals that I just gave up. I gave up eating. I gave up getting out of bed. I just gave up living. Well, thank God my manager, Yvette, found me, and then they called an ambulance.
And how is it going?
Oh, I'm doing well. You know, when I get out, I'm going to take a break from show business for a while, though.
Well, maybe that's...
I'm going to become a life coach.
Well, I think that...
Maybe I should become a life coach.
I'm thinking perhaps no.
Well, that's all the time we have today. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Mind Salad, and we want to welcome new patrons at patreon.com, the Ellis Jones family. And we also want to thank Jeannie Talbot and Robin Jekyll and Victoria Chandler, who pledge at the level of support where we mention you on air. Please visit patreon.com/Doug Motel. That's Patreon. You can also find the link at mindsalad.com, and you can find out how you can sponsor this podcast. Thank you so much for listening. See you next time.
For change, and in the bad times I fear myself. Now I'm off the deep end, watch how I dive in. I'll never meet the ground. Crush through the
Funny you should mention Battle of the Network Stars. I did appear on that program, I think it was 1984, and William Shatner was captain. We won Tug of War. Bill Shatner was the vainest man I've ever met.
Well, thanks for listening to Doug Motel's Mind Salad, and have a swell day.
I'm so happy to be back on the Mind Salad show.
I've had so many 3-month affairs. The money I spend on condoms alone, you could feed a third world country.
Maybe they was kicked in the head or something. All right, goodbye. I figured out a way to monetize taking care of my mother, who is an alcoholic.
Here in America, you've got that slogan, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. But my slogan is, a mind is a terrible thing to have.